Okay. I'm playing a couple of weddings this weekend, one in Hudson, Quebec, and one across the border in Vermont with my band. Here's the thing. These strings have been on here for a really, really long time. And they're really sort of losing their oomph. So I'm going to put these strings on this bass and it'll be ready to go. I could murder a pizza right now. So here we are at the site of the first wedding of the weekend. This one is in Hudson, and the other one is in Vermont, but where?
Near Jericho, Vermont.
So that's near Burlington, right?
Relatively, yeah.
So today we're playing here. Tomorrow it's across the border, which hopefully won't be too big a problem. Then a wedding down there. That's David. You know, playing a wedding is not a stress-free gig by any stretch. When you're playing a pub gig, you know, usually fairly drunk people, everyone's there just to have a good time. A wedding has all kinds of extra expectations involved. What we do is when someone hires us for a wedding gig, we say that we'll learn 3 songs, you know, as within our price. And then if they want more stuff, we charge extra, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, because Peter lives in Calgary and David and I both have families, very often the first time we play one of these 3 songs is on stage at the wedding. So fairly often there's an element of, by the seat of our pantedness, to those, you know, to the wedding songs. We've been playing together long enough that we almost always pull it off very well. And so for tonight and for tomorrow's weddings, we have a whole swack of new songs. But it's gonna go great. Right now the guests are arriving from the... Where was the wedding? Was it at another church or a hall?
I just swallowed a drink. It was at the Vipon's McKinnon's cottage.
Okay.
Which you've been to. So
people are arriving from the cottage where the wedding was, and we're on in, well, I don't know, a couple of hours. There's going to be supper first, and then we're going to play some cool tunes. Cool tunes?
Cool tunes.
Cool tunes. So anyone know what that is?
Mushroom.
Golf ball.
Anyone know what that is?
A bigger mushroom.
What about that?
Half eaten.
Good point. Okay. Now that's a mushroom.
There should be a small elf or something sitting on it right now, I think.
It looks like a sort of semi-toasted pastry of some sort, bagel or...
Why don't you take a bite and we'll see what it is?
Yeah.
Well, we did destroy the lawn.
Yeah. Well, because I used clear plastic instead of using opaque plastic, which...
Here's the thing. About how many years ago was this?
That would have been about 15 years ago, yeah.
Okay. So for Peter's 22nd birthday, we did... It was his idea. A friend of ours has a cottage near here, and so we spread out this transparent plastic and marked it out for a game of...
Lawn curling. It was... Technically, the plastic was couch covering.
Slip and slide lawn curling in these inner tubes.
The game of the future.
So, we played this game, right? David was very good. I was passable. Peter, of course, was good because he's good at everything he does. But...
Actually, I wasn't there.
You weren't there?
I wasn't there.
David wasn't there. Shem was there.
Shem.
But the teams, when we actually played, were me and Megan versus you and Charlotte.
Right.
This is actually pre-Squidjigger.
So this is a long time ago. This is before our band even existed. Anyway, the upshot of this is after, you know, everyone's done their games, we've all gotten maybe a little 3 sheets to the wind, and everyone's gone home. Because of the clear plastic and the sun, we destroyed, like, how big a chunk of that lawn?
It was pretty big. I think that the pitch must have been about 10 meters long. So probably about 10 meters by
Like,
maybe 2 meters or 1.5 meters. A long,
we did a lot of damage to
wide
this lawn.
swath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we haven't been back since.
But revenge might happen tonight because she'll be here.
And we're staying there. No, we're not staying there.
Yeah.
Actually,
We're staying there.
I think we are.
Yeah.
We are. Yeah.
So you may wake up with a long, wide swath of your back hair that's been taken out.
Fun times. Okay, so sorry. So last night went great. We stayed at a friend's house who lives out here in Hudson, and today this morning we're just gonna eat, caffeinate, jump in the car and go. We want to leave early because you're never sure how long it's gonna take to get across the border, so we don't want to be late for the other gig because of that. So, eating and leaving. Oh, and showering. Very important. So we're almost at the border crossing now. Last night went well. Tonight will go even better. Right, boys?
Right.
Woo! Woo! Okay, so we've just dropped our stuff off at the Airbnb. We're headed back to the venue. At the risk of coming across as a Casey Neistat clone, we're running a little bit late, but it's gonna be okay. I don't know. When we get there, I'm gonna need you to help me with this, because I don't know, I don't have it right.
With the vocals.
So we're halfway through the wedding. We're on our set break right now. It's in a beautiful barn in Jericho, Vermont. It's called the Mansfield Barn, I think. It's absolutely beautiful. And it's a stunning night. It's nice and cool. It's stinking hot in there. There's no air conditioning because it's a barn. But anyways, we're loving it. The wedding is great. It's a lot of really nice people. They're enjoying the music. They're dancing. Strangely, no one but the, I guess, serving staff are actually from Vermont, which is funny. So the wedding's over now. We've all packed up our stuff and we're about to get in the car and go to the Airbnb. This wedding was really, really fun. Really nice group of people. Nice area, and I love this barn. So, that's about it. Now we're heading back to the... Okay, so we're checking out of the Airbnb. But first, I gotta wrangle my guys, because there's something we gotta work out for you guys here. Picnic table, boys. Where the hell did Peter go? I gotta tell you, getting these guys to go somewhere, kind of like herding cats. Peter! We need to have a conversation out here. Okay, so the last time we went out of town for a gig, we went to Ontario.
Cambridge, yes.
Cambridge, Ontario. And it came to my attention at that point that my recollection of how this band started might be completely wrong. But mine is band canon. So we have to decide right now if I have to rewrite their website or not.
I like the mystique of not necessarily having the website light up to the official version. Only the true fans will know that may not be the exact version.
Except that neither of your recollections gel exactly, but they're both a lot closer than mine. You see, because to me, my recollection was, okay, we've established we all worked for Montreal West Operatic Society.
Yes.
Sort of at the same time.
Yes. Yeah. We overlapped.
We overlapped. We established that you and I were roommates.
Yes.
When you lived in Montreal. We've established that there was a cast party.
Yeah, there was a cast party.
But it had nothing to do with us.
See? This is where... Because my recollection is, it was a cast party. I hadn't played bass in like, what, two or 3 years? You had a fiddle. Actually, at that point, it was a violin.
I didn't play fiddle at that point.
Right.
But I had quit for 7 years.
7 years. And I hadn't played for a couple of years. David breathes music, so my recollection is he took my guitar out of the corner, tuned it up because I hadn't played guitar in a few years either, and started playing. And then Peter was like, I can do that. So he went and got his fiddle and started playing along. And I was like, well, everyone's playing music. And I plugged in a bass and started playing along. And that was the genesis, not immediately, but that's what gave us the idea. David's recollection is significantly different.
Yeah, I remember you saying for an ongoing period of time you kept wanting to form a Celtic band, which I didn't play. I was playing in like this rock band, trying to write songs with some friends, and you kept mentioning this, and I was like, well, finally, I said, I play guitar, so who knows, maybe we should try to do something if you want.
And
we didn't have a fiddler.
Right. And we didn't have a fiddler.
And I think we had talked about a few people. But then Peter was your roommate, and he said, well, I play. I could try.
See, and my recollection is closer to David's,
Yeah.
and not as nearly romantic and sudden as Jesse's. But mine was that the conversation happened, but you guys had a fiddler you were talking to, who was somebody that you knew through Diaryland, I think, actually.
See, I don't remember that at all. I don't
But she
remember
was a
that.
flake. You never met her.
Oh.
She just said that she did play fiddle. And so you guys had this idea that she was going to be potentially the fiddler for your band, but the first time you organized to have a jam, she flaked out. And so the two of you were there, and I said, well, I'll stand in. I don't mind. Like, I'll see if, maybe I can do this whole fiddling thing.
I think I might remember a flake.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
So then I
don't-
dusted the fiddle off, and the rest then is history.
I don't remember a jam where, like, she didn't turn up or whatever. I don't remember anything about that.
I don't think it was that she just didn't turn up. I think you guys had it planned, and day of, she canceled on you.
Well, that's
Maybe.
what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember
But
that.
we did play together at a party.
Yes. But
But that
by
was
that point-
after.
That was
after
after?
we had started sort of working some stuff out.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what you're doing. Is
I-
you're taking that and merging it into a more interesting version of how we
Maybe,
started.
I don't know, because my recollection up until Cambridge was, it was totally No, I know that I had wanted to start a band, but I want to do so many things that I'm never going to do that it was just like, I threw that into the round bin of stuff, a bucket list, round bin bucket, right?
Here's
So
the theory.
Okay,
How
go.
about maybe this girl who flaked out on the fiddling angered you so much that the sphere of rage just burnt away all of the
I
recollections up
hate
until
her
that party.
so much right now.
If you ever meet her and can remember who she was,
Especially since it's funny because now I do remember that flake out. I do, but like vaguely. I don't know.
you don't remember who she was, though?
No,
Okay.
no.
It'd be funny to find out who that person was.
We're
Actually.
talking a while ago now.
Natalie McMaster.
Masterville?
Yeah.
Like Munster?
I'm sure that never happened.
Munster.
Yeah.
Nick Munster.